Hi, my name's Ruth, and this video is all about the tuning in cards from the Amber Trust. The cards are designed for people working with blind or partially sighted children with complex needs. Inside the box you'll find an introductory leaflet and also a set of 48 different playing cards. As you'll see, they're based on levels 2 to 4 of the Sounds of Intent framework, and they're in different colours. The pink ones are based on the reactive domain. The blue ones are focusing on the proactive domain. The green ones on the interactive domain. The orange ones are focused on exploring the world around you. And you'll see that there's a set of each of the 4 colours for each of the levels 2 to 4 within the box. In this video we're going to focus on some of the level 2 cards which are numbered between 1 and 16. People who are working at level 2 experience the world in a purely sensory way. They may vocalise and make sounds in response to what they hear. This differs from level 3 where a child may start catching on to fragments of rhythm and melody. So for the reactive domain, showing an emerging awareness of sounds, we have 4 pink cards which show different ways of achieving that target. So as you can see, card 1, make all sorts of different sounds to catch my attention. Card 2, put together different playlists of music for me to enjoy. 3, let me experience the world of sounds outside. And 4, show how sounds can be linked to other sensory experiences. So when I start working with a child at level 2, I normally focus initially on card 2. Put together different playlists of music for me to enjoy. Now, I imagine as you're already involved with Amber Plus, you have an interest in music, so it's really interesting to think about what sorts of music you currently play with your child and whether they have a preference for particular things. On the back of the card, it has lots of different examples of how you can put together a playlist. When you listen to your playlist, does your child find the sound of the flute soothing? Or perhaps they prefer the more percussive sound of the ukulele. Perhaps they show preference for folk music. It doesn't matter what music they like, the main thing is that you're exposing them to as many different types of sounds as possible to increase their understanding and awareness of the variety of sounds that they can experience. Once you've created your playlist, it's great to keep an eye on what your child's preferences are. There may be particular bits of music that your Amber Plus practitioner can suggest which will extend into other areas with similar sound worlds. Next we have the proactive domain, makes or controls sounds intentionally. Card 5, help me make different kinds of sounds myself. 6, encourage me to express my feelings through sound. 7, give me opportunities to make sounds in different spaces and places. And card 8, guide me to explore sound makers with my other senses too. To start off with, I would focus on card number 7. Give me the opportunity to make sounds in different spaces and places. Now on the back of the card it says think beyond the classroom or the home, and the opportunities really are endless. Here are some of the ideas I came up with. Watering plants. Echo chambers. Ah! Buy some water. Waiting at the traffic lights. The interactive target at level 2 is interacts with others using sound. Encourage me to make sounds myself in response to the sounds that you make. Respond to the sounds I make by making sounds yourself. Interact with me through sounds in different contexts. And finally, have dialogues in sound with me that use my other senses too. So how do you make musical sounds when you can't play an instrument yourself? Well, it's easy. You can clap, you can click your fingers, you can rub your hands together. All of these can be musical sounds when put into a game. You can play fast or slow. You can even make it a sensory activity by tapping on your child's hand or rubbing their arm. Another low-cost way of creating music is by using your voice. You can combine it with the inner tube of a kitchen towel roll to amplify the sound. Or you can sing down it. La 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 la. The main idea is that you create a fun dialogue in sound. So you and your child can have a tube each and you can copy each other's amplified sounds. To encourage interactive activities, I think it's great to start off with card 1. So card 1 is make all sorts of different sounds to catch my attention. So you can make all sorts of different noises and the idea is to get your child to respond to them. So card 9 says, encourage me to make sounds myself in response to the sounds that you make. And this dialogue is what makes the activity interactive rather than just reactive when the child is responding to your activity or proactive when the child is initiating a sound. So it's lovely to have a response and a dialogue between the two of you, between those cards. You can extend the activity further onto card 10, which is respond to the sounds I make by making sounds yourself. So that's encouraging the dialogue to go 2 different ways. You can start the sound or they can start the sound. And these sounds can be really simple things. The final 2 interactive cards, which I haven't mentioned yet, are card 11, interact with me through sound in different contexts, and number 12, have dialogues in sound with me that use my other senses too. So you can build on cards 9 and 10 by exploring these opportunities as well. Finally, we have the orange cards. These are all about exploring the world around you. They say, help me to learn about my body through sound. Find out whether different sounds affect me in different ways. Help develop my awareness of different people through the different sounds they make. And finally, help me find out about the world around through the different sounds that things make. Now to start with, I think it's really lovely to start off with card 14, which is find out whether different sounds affect me in different ways. And this can be coordinated with card 2. Remember at the beginning of the video, I suggested creating playlists. It's really lovely to see whether different sounds initiate different responses. Another great thing about these cards is you don't need to focus on them in order. You can start with any card and move wherever you like, depending on your child's needs. So you could focus on any card from the pink, the blue, green or orange domain. And you might decide to focus predominantly, say, on the pink reactive domain because your child likes experiencing and just being there in the moment with the music. Whereas if your child's more proactive, you can focus on all of the blue cards and then move across to the pink cards at a later date. It really doesn't matter. But what's lovely is to look at the back of the cards and when you're focusing on a particular area, see that there are so many different ways of achieving that level. Because it may be your child benefits on focusing on one area for quite a long time. Therefore, across all 48 cards, there are about 300 activities showing you different ways of experiencing that same approach to creating music at a particular level, creating variety for you as you do it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please follow us on the link below. Next time we'll be focusing on level 3, which is all about catching on to small fragments of rhythm and melody. Bye for now.